guys, Operator Poopski here, and we're continuing our demos of the weapons in Onward. Today is part 5, and now we are diving into the Volk classes, starting with Riflemen. And I don't want to get you too excited, but the Volk guns are a mess compared to the Marsoc. I won't say that they're bad. I'm sure there are plenty of people that would say that they are. They're tricky, and I think they actually have a couple more guns than Marsoc does. So the majority of them are chambered in 7.62 by 54. So don't confuse that with the 7.62 NATO. If you pick up this clip, magazine rather, and try to put it into, let's say, the M39 EMR, it's not going to work. And it's not because it's a banana clip, it's because it's not exactly the same caliber bullet. So this is the AKM. Classic, obviously, the AK-47, the standard Rifleman loadout of 30 rounds with four magazines. You're going to have exceptionally higher damage with any of these 7.62 guns because it's just a bigger bullet than the 5.56. Obviously, the drawback being that you have higher recoil, it's going to be harder to control, and more than likely a lower rate of fire. But so the range, 350, not great for an assault rifle, and the recoil, as I said, is going to be, well, let's just jump in and take a look at it. You have a semi-auto and full auto. The majority of these guns are going to be closed bolt and manual release. I've already explained what manual release is, and I don't think I actually went into what closed bolt is. So closed bolt being so were this an M16, that bolt would be open, and when you drop a new magazine in it, all you'd have to do is press the bolt release button, and the bolt would slide forward. You don't get to do that here because it's closed bolt. So when it's done, that bolt's going to stay closed every time it shoots. So in order to start it, you're going to have to pull that back. Might not seem like a big deal, but the difference being, you're fighting. You're out, you take cover, you reload. If it was Marsoc, or most Marsoc guns, or any open bolt, you would just press that button and drop the bolt and go back to shooting. Here, you're going to have to turn the gun, grab the charging handle, pull it back. It doesn't seem like much right now, but I'm not being shot at. Anyways, AKM, accurate and semi-auto. Not so accurate. And full auto. Well, honestly, that wasn't that bad. I think it's worse with an optic on it, or maybe I'm just not very good at it. Isn't that satisfying though? Like, to fuck that? That is satisfying. I think an experienced person would have no problem. Let's just try it out here. Reloading. I'm having. So, boom. Doesn't take that long, no. But I like the idea of not having to think about it. You drop that magazine in, press the button, go back to shooting. One thing, though. The 7.62... is a tasty round. It's gonna hurt more. Definitely gonna hurt more. So the AKM kind of works like feels like the M16 in terms of handling, but shoots like the M39. And always keep your points in mind. The AKM is a 2-pointer. Up next being the AK-12. It's a 1-pointer. Smaller round. It's 5.45. Same penetration. Damage is going to be lower. Recoil is going to be much lower. Honestly, I don't know why someone would want this one over the AKM. I'd rather take the bigger round. But that being said, it is Very controllable. Very controllable. And if you keep those short bursts, it's a manageable gun. I do suppose, though, that it's smaller, so it's going to be better in tight spaces, kind of a cross in between the AK-74 SU and the AKM. So, you know, I guess maybe it could have some utility. It's just hard because, you know, when you're so used to the MARSOC guns, you're kind of passively, unconsciously comparing everything to that. And you know what? I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to try to rate them on their own merit and not be biased about it. This gun, I mean, look at that. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, okay. No, I changed what I said. It's a good gun. I like it. I dig it. I would, if I saw it on the ground, I'd pick it up. All right, up next is the G3A3. It is chambered in 7.62 NATO. I'm pretty sure I tried this before. I picked up a magazine from this one and tried to put it in the M39, and it didn't fit. I mean, and honestly, the magazines look the same, so I'm not sure why. But maybe they actually aren't. But technically, it's the same round, same caliber rather. So 20 rounds, though. This is a smaller magazine size than the typical Rifleman weapon. Very high penetration and the decent range. Recoil is actually, it's important to note with this gun. This might have the highest recoil. I mean, if you exclude shotguns and RPGs, the recoil on this gun is kind of ridiculous. The damage is great, though. It might actually be aside from the SKS, which is a semi-auto, this is the highest damage full auto assault rifle in the Rifleman class. Well, technically it's a battle rifle, but you'll see here the recoil is brutal. If you were trying to, and also it's not a very aesthetically pleasing gun in my opinion. It's kind of, no, I say the worst things when I criticize guns. I'm not going to do that. So this is full auto recoil. Look at that. That is awful. And with only 20 rounds, if you're missing with his recoil, you're gonna. Oh, so that was a hold open bolt. I was able to drop that. It's a hold open bolt, as you see there. So unlike the AKM, you can press the bolt release to drop that, and the charging handle is there, which is pretty convenient if you're a right-handed shooter. Semi-auto, it's okay as long as you're not trying to do a quick follow-up shot. I mean, is it worth using for the high amount of damage that it does? Maybe, but the only difference between this and the damage that it can cause with the SKS, is its full auto option, which is obviously not a great idea. I never use this gun. The only time I use it is if I suddenly run out of ammo, and it's on the ground, and I pick it up. And I know you might be wondering, well, what if you put a foregrip on it? Yeah, try it out. Put a foregrip on it. The recoil is still ridiculous. So next up is the Famas. This one is great because if you're playing Volk but you want a gun that basically operates just like a MARSOC gun, feels like a MARSOC gun, definitely doesn't look like a MARSOC gun, but otherwise gets that satisfied. The Famas is great, like the M16. It's a semi-auto 3-round burst, with the only difference being that the bolt type is closed and the manual release also kind of makes it not like a MARSOC gun at all. So take back everything I just said. But it is chambered in 5.56 NATO. Oddly enough, slightly smaller magazine size at 25 rounds, high penetration, way too high rate of fire, but that is fun for close quarters, which it being a bullpup makes it great to have that kind of damage, that kind of rate of fire, and that kind of maneuverability in an assault rifle. Damage is what you'd expect for a 5.56, and the range is mediocre, 450 meters. It is also a very awkward gun for the uninitiated, and actually the worst iron sights, in my opinion, in the game. I'm not a fan. You see, because you see, if you look down the irons, you have this box around you, this, and it just, to me, it's distracting, and I don't do well with it. And I actually, a lot of guns, I can keep both eyes open. While aiming down the iron sights, I find myself naturally closing one, because I have to focus so much with this gun. Now, that being said, if you slap an optic on top, it's fantastic. Most people don't even bother with the iron sights, but I thought I'd point that out. Cool thing about it is the charging handle is ambidextrous, so you can reach on it. Doesn't matter, either side. Manual release bullpups are probably the easiest manual release because you have it right there, so you just tilt your gun back, grab it, boom, boom. Oh, I thought I dropped it. Anyway, so, like I said, really high rate of fire. But I guess, since it's 3-round burst, it's kind of controllable. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm trying to use it in 3-round burst. I only use it semi-auto. Yeah, it's a cool gun. It looks great with a foregrip, silencer, and all that. Check it out. Use it. It's one of my favorite Volk guns to use. Also, important to note that it is the other one-pointer next to the AK-12, so that makes it very versatile in terms of your overall loadout. So next up is the SKS. This is probably my favorite of the Rifleman class for the Volk, probably because it mirrors the M39 EMR pretty well. The range says 400, but I don't know, it just is one of those guns that it feels way, like it shoots way further than that accurately. Low rate of fire, obviously, high penetration, as you would get with the 7.62, 20 rounds, 4 magazines. This gun is, well, you know how I love my semi-auto fire, and this is the only option you have with this one. You know, you get the pop and the wallop of that 7.62 with all the handling of to me, actually, you know, it feels more like the MK16 or the MK17 rather. Yeah, I enjoy this gun. To my knowledge, though, the only drawback is you are not finding any ammo on the ground unless you find another one of these, because look at that awkward magazine. That's strange, isn't it? Does that look cool? I don't think that looks cool. I don't know why that would be designed like that. But it is nice that it has a hold open bolt, so you do get to drop that bolt, and yeah, ergonomically it works out. Not the prettiest thing, no, not the prettiest thing, but yeah, enjoyable. Okay, guys, so that sums up the Rifleman class for Volk. There's one more thing that I want to point out to you, is that, like in the Marsac class, for example, all the same attachments can go on all the same guns, more or less. Not the same for Volk. So let's take, for example, the AKM. You look at your primary attachments, no foregrip, which I don't know why. There's plenty of AK-47s that have foregrips, but I mean, in real life. But you can't get a foregrip. So that recoil you saw before, that's it. That's how it always is. One of the biggest reasons why I'm not a fan of it. You look at the AK-12, you do get a foregrip, but that's their idea of a foregrip. I forgot what that's called. An angled foregrip, I think. It still functions as a foregrip, but I do notice that it doesn't quite feel the same when you're grabbing it in the game. The angles of it are different because you're cupping your hand down rather than holding the stick of a foregrip. Maybe that's not a big deal. It bothers me, but that's probably just because I'm so used to MARSOC weapons. Other than that, the G3, yeah, they have the same attachments. The Famas, same attachments. SKS, same attachments. So really just the AKM, you cannot get a foregrip. Why is that? You know, can someone tell me why that doesn't get one? Dear Onward developers, tell me why. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Join me next time for parts 6 of the weapons tutorials. Next time we'll do the Volk specialist weapons. And I don't know why I'm still talking and trying to shoot. Come on. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got it.